And a pleasant good evening, hockey fans, and welcome to the Miners Memorial Building in the Coupolette Arena, Virginia, for tonight's coverage of high school hockey featuring the Proctor Rails and the Virginia Blue Devils. Along with Darwin Aller and Givenchy George on the camera, Steve Rockland down in the truck. I'm Bob Cohn with the play-by-play. Joining me tonight is Blake Mortensen, a member of the Up North Hockey production team. We'll be talking to Blake throughout tonight, and we'll also get some of his commentating on tonight's hockey game. It's nice to have Blake joining us. Right now, we're going to meet the starting lineups for the Proctor Rails. In the nets tonight will be a junior, Sam Johnson. He's 1-4-1 on the season. He's got a 5.52 goals against and an 87% save percentage. On defense, their first pair will have Austin Moores, number 11, a junior, with number 14, Mason Kalbach, and he is a senior. Up front, their top line tonight will have Connor Pavlovich, number 27, a senior, with number 9, Dylan Holla, and number 24, Keenan Rails, and he is a junior. Jeff Lasky is the head coach of Proctor. I want to send a special welcome to all the Proctor fans that are watching our telecast tonight on Mesabi Community Television. Again, first line, Keenan Rails, Connor Pavlovich, and Dylan Holla. On defense, it'll be Mason Kalbach and Austin Moores, and in the nets will be Sam Johnson. The Blue Devils will start in the nets tonight. Ian Kangas, he's 3-3 on the season, a 90% save, and goals against is 3.21. On defense tonight, they're going to go with a pair of juniors, Tyler Lamourier and Braden Tiedemann. And up front, they're going to go with their third line tonight, which will have Ryan Mannon at one wing, Elijah Carlson at the other wing, and the center tonight will be number 13, Logan Bialke. Head coach is Cale Finseth, and now we'll let you enjoy the playing of our national anthem. High school hockey from the Coupolette Arena. Once again, Proctor comes into tonight's game with a 1-4-1 overall record. They're winless in 3 tries in the section. Meanwhile, Virginia's 3-1 in the section, 3-3 overall. Proctor, 2.2 goals for, 5 goals against. Virginia, 3 goals for and 3.7 goals against. Blake Mortensen is joining us, and we got to get his voice on. You've listened to him as he's done the Up North hockey and looking to add some personnel to our telecast this year and next year, and we're hoping maybe this youngster who used to live in Eveleth, graduated in 2020, will maybe eventually take up sportscasting on television.
Well, I really appreciate it, Bob. You know, I'm happy to be here tonight. Virginia and Proctor, these two teams did play for their first games of the season back on January 16th. And that was a 7-1 victory for the Blue Devils over Proctor. I was really surprised to see that score. I thought it would have been a little closer game. But, you know, it was first game for both teams. Maybe it wasn't, you know, maybe it was a slow start for Proctor in their first game. So, you know, I'm expecting, you know, a closer game here tonight.
I think most people are. This is the key section game as the Blue Devils have 10 section games left. So as far as the Blue Devils with their 3-1 section record, they're hoping for a victory tonight to go 4-1. But I think, let's face it, who's going to beat Hermantown in Section 7A this year? Nobody, I don't think anyways.
No,
they're a class team. But Proctor, a young team, first-year head coach. It was nice talking to him before the game tonight. And their numbers are down a little bit. He expected more numbers, and for some reason they didn't get as many kids out. So it's kind of a learning experience, and we'll see how things go. We're just underway from the Couplet Arena. The puck is picked up. Coming into the zone is Bialki. A shot right on, saved by Johnson. Boy, good chance for the Blue Devils right away.
Yeah, that was a really good start there for Bialki. Pretty much a breakaway chance right away, and the goaltender Johnson comes up big with the early first period save.
Proctor putting a little pressure on and stumped back in the zone by Kalmbach. Right in the slot area. Riles tried to take a backhand. Not sure if it was deflected off the goalie or if it hit some traffic in front. Here's a long outlet pass off Mannanen. Now the Blue Devils will change that line. They'll bring out that Scherf line. Now this is their top line. Scherf, Peterson, and Rudebush going up against the top line of Proctor. Puck sitting in center ice, and Ryan Scherf back to grab the puck. Off to Braden Tiedemann, and here come the Blue Devils once again attacking. Bouncing puck into the zone. Now the race is after it. Scherf, first one there. In behind the net, trying to center. Now it comes right up the slaughter. Here's a shot from Nemnich. It was wide. Deflected wide, and Johnson will cover up. Nice little flurry for Virginia.
Yeah, really good start for them, and I feel like they've started the season off pretty good. You know, the 3 games they lost were two against Cloquet, 1 against Hermantown, but within the Iron Range Conference and, you know, most of the section teams, they've done very well, score a lot of goals. Like I said, they scored 7 against Proctor in the first game and then 7 against International Falls last week.
Puck is kept in by Callister off a skate. Now it comes to the near boards. Blue Devils continue to hit bodies and keep the puck deep in the Proctor end. Junior varsity went to Proctor tonight. They beat Virginia 4-0. Last time they played in Proctor, it was 3-2 Virginia, as Proctor had a 2-0 lead that junior varsity game on January 16th, and Virginia won 3-2. We'll see what happens tonight here in the varsity. Blue Devils now will bring out their second line. This is Dylan Headley centering Ben Irvin and Isaac Flatley. For Proctor, they're going with Jake Amendola, Brett Bartlam, and Cullen Solom. Puck is along that backboards. Blue Devils with some pressure in the zone. Oh, nice pass, but it just got tapped away from Headley. Now, well, I guess this is the Holla line. This is their top line again. Holla, Pavlovich, and Riles. Puck is loose in the circle and is finally picked up by Nemnich of the Blue Devils. They're just cleared in center ice. One other game tonight on tap in the Iron Range. Evlith Gilbert is over at the Hibbing Memorial Arena. We'll get updates on that score. Interesting. Should be a pretty interesting matchup tonight over there. This is Pavlovich in behind the Virginia net. Centers, comes all the way back to the point. It'll be kept in by Kalmbach. Now a shot taken, a save. Shot from Austin Moores. Right on, and Kangas, who has really been solid in the nets for Virginia this year, with the save. Here comes Riles in the zone. Oh, no offside at all. Looked like that Proctor player may have been in.
Yeah, it looks like he got pushed off by the Virginia player, so it was waved off.
Puck is cleared by Headley. Looks like the Blue Devils may have gotten caught with too many men on the ice there, too. Player coming off. Mannon taking a whack at it right at the Virginia blue line. Ryan Mannon, the leading scorer for Virginia this year, and he's only a sophomore.
Well, that's big production for them. You know, they have some seniors that are, you know, producing for this team. You have Ryan Scherf. You know, he had a very good season last year, among others.
Scherf is probably one of the kids that just goes 110% all the time. I don't ever see him stop, no matter if the score is 0-0 or 7-0 for the other team. That's just something about number 15. Now Elijah Carlson gets pinned in that corner. Mannon comes in, tries to kick it free. A couple rails in there also battling to keep the puck in there. Paul Ripley was one of them. Now it comes back to the point. It cannot be kept in by Lamourier, and Virginia will have to carry the puck back in their own end and regroup. Just under 13 minutes to play in the opening period. No score. Proctor and Virginia, Section 7 hockey, and we're going to have an icing called on the rails with 12:39 to go in our opening period. No score.
Well, we're still early in this hockey game here. You know, it's been a pretty good start for Virginia. They've put a couple shots on. I don't know if Proctor's put any shots on yet, but it's we're still waiting for the pace of play to pick up a little bit here early in this one.
Shot was blocked off Rudebush. Now it's flipped back into the Virginia end. And we're going to have a hand pass called on the Blue Devils, and that's going to cost them a face-off deep in their own end. And, you know, how many times does Reed say you don't want to have face-offs in your own defensive end? You want them in neutral or in the other end?
Face-offs are huge. You know, winning face-offs, that's a very underrated stat. Getting possession right off the face-off is very, very important in hockey.
Here comes Rudebush into the attacking zone, and Peterson got in just a step ahead of the play. We'll check these Blue Devil lines again. Peterson, Scherf, and Rudebush, one line. Irvin, Headley, and Flatley, and Carlson, Bialke, and Mannon. And those are the 9 forwards for the Blue Devils. Scherf battles for the puck. Now it's picked up by Peterson. Comes back to Nemanich at the point. A backhand high shot goes over Johnson. Now Johnson will just glove it right at the side of the net with 12:04 to go in our opening period. We've got 2 real good My9 games for our viewers next week. Tuesday night, we're here at the Miners, Hibbing in Virginia. Thursday night, we'll be in Hermantown. It'll be Grand Rapids in Hermantown. That's My9 hockey next week. And we'll have icing called on the rails. They'll bring the face-off all the way back. And the second group of forwards on the line. And now quickly, Coach Laspy will bring his first group back out. Pavlovich centering Holla and Riles. Puck is cleared out of the zone. Now the race is on. But the Blue Devils able to get it away from the circle area. Peterson off the boards. He tried to hit Rudebush, and Virginia will clear it. Austin Moore is back in his own end. Will shoot it along the boards to the near side, and jumps out over the blue line. Quickly, it's fired back in. Now Dylan Headley tries to control the puck. Taken away from him, and it's cleared back in center ice. Seems like just both teams are just kind of feeling each other out right now. Now it's picked up, coming in is Headley, and his shot was wide. Boy, Dylan almost had another goal for the Blue Devils. He had 2 goals here the other night against the Broncos.
Well, just as you were saying that, another good opportunity for Virginia. They started out the game with that breakaway chance, and then another chance there for Headley, but he fires it just wide.
Flatley battling on the near boards. Try to keep it in, but it's grabbed and it's cleared out of the zone by Ethan Carlson of the Rails. Carlson, Ripley, and Frank Amendola on the ice now for Proctor. Blue Devils going with Headley, Irvin, and Flatley. Under 10.5 to go in our opening period. There's a long pass up to Headley. Tried to give it back to a Flatley. And it's quickly kicked back into the Proctor end. In behind Johnson, the goaltender. All the action so far has been in this Proctor end. The Blue Devils have controlled most of this first period. Here's a shot. It hit a Blue Devil in front. That was Flatley. Shot coming from the point. Puck still at the side of the net. Flatley shot right on Johnson. Here's a shot from Lamourier. Hit Frank Amendola up in front, and that was a little stinger. Now Lamourier will pick up the puck. Here comes Tyler out of the zone for the Blue Devils with a head of steam into the zone. Shot right in and off the blocker of goaltender Johnson. Center ice, this is Solom with the puck. He lost it. Manning tried to control it. Picked up by Brett Bartlam. Shot goes right on. Kings with the save, and he'll just glove it with 9:23 to go, period number 1. Lots of action so far, and again, most of the action has been in the Proctor zone. Now the puck goes in deep. Nemnich will shoot along the near boards. This is Manning in. Moores will clear it out. Big hit. Now it's picked up by Jake Emno. Has his shot and a save made, and it goes up into the netting, and another face-off coming.
Well, it looks like Proctor's starting to find their game now. A couple shots there. That was probably their best opportunity. Ian Kangas comes up with a save. And how about Ian Kangas? He's been very good for this Virginia team so far this season. He did it last season. I watched him for a couple games, and he's only a junior too.
That's right. That's right. And they got 2 good sophomores playing below him on the junior varsity team. So Coach Finsiff has a lot of options yet this year and even next year. Blue Devils trying to come out of their zone. Nemanich is off Scherf, goes right on, and Johnson wisely will cover up because there's number 15 bearing in on him.
Yeah, right to the whistle, like you said. I agree with that. He's a gritty player. He skates until that whistle blows, and he's a key player for this Virginia team. Those are the best type of players to have, hard-working players.
Here's a shot, and Johnson with another hard save. Puck comes to the near boards. Rudebush gets it in deep for the Blue Devils. Now Kalmbach tries to clear it. Blue Devils putting some pressure on. Peterson knocks down his man. He knocked down Austin Mercer. And Riles will come away with it. Here comes Keenan Riles into the attacking zone. Carrying the puck to the side of the net. And Scherf right there will take it away. He lost control of it. Now he'll pick it up again. Scherf will get it up and pass it back. And here comes Ryan Scherf in the zone. Oh, nice move. Goes in, and a backhand shot. Johnson with the save and clears it to the back wall. And there's Ryan Scherf with another $300 stick that just split in half. Boy, every time I see one of those sticks go down, I just see dollar signs at the Range Sports.
Yeah, it's been a big expense for my family. For my brother, it seems like he's breaking a stick every 2 weeks.
Yep, these sticks nowadays are something else.
You almost need a second job for sticks and equipment.
Here comes Headley walking in. He just could not get his stick on it. It was lifted away from him. 7:15 to go here in our opening period. No score. Lamourier will get it back to Tiedemann. Here comes Braden Tiedemann in the zone. Tiedemann, nice move, walks right in, and Johnson with a huge save for the Rails. Blue Devils are coming off the 12-0 beating as we're going to watch the replay on that last shot.
Yeah, Virginia's had a couple good rushes here so far. 3 or 4 of those, breakaway or one-on-one chances. And, Sam Johnson's holding his ground so far, playing pretty good for, very good for Proctor so far.
Teams now going with their third pairs. Carlson Ripley and Frank Amendola against Bialke, Carlson, and Manning of the Blue Devils. Back in Paulson. Cross ice pass goes to Mercer. Into the Virginia end. Lamourier off a skate of Manning, picked up by Tiedemann. He gets pulled down, and he gets the puck into the zone. Here's a backhander right out in front, and Johnson with another save as Logan Bialke. Logan had 2 goals also against the Falls. Watch this replay again, too, as the Blue Devils have another chance.
Yeah, that was probably their 10th shot so far. I would say at least, close to 10. So, yeah, Virginia off to a really good start here in this first period.
Back to the point, hit some traffic on a shot from Nemanich. Here is Scherf, and a save by Johnson on a hard wrist shot. Proctor has lost 3 games in a row, so they're trying to get back on the winning ways. They'll be off until next Thursday, where they go to Pine City. Virginia will be back home Tuesday night to take on the Hibbing Blue Jackets. Hibbing tonight is taking on Evelyn Gilbert at the historic Hibbing Memorial Arena. And I'm sure my daughter over there will be sending me some updates shortly. Here's a shot from the point from Callister, and Johnson with another save.
Well, I actually have an update here. There's 7:47 remaining in the first period. No score yet between Hibbing and Evelyn.
Okie dokie. And that's your company doing the game over there in Hibbing?
Yep, Randy's over there tonight, and I'm here in Virginia helping Bob.
Sounds good to me. Another save by Johnson. He just covers up. We aren't keeping track of shots up here, but we will get the shot total at the end of the period. And right now it looks like it's quite a one-side advantage. Boy, a big hit by Scherf. Puck gets deflected out of the zone. Virginia will have to regroup in their own end. Peterson dumps it in. Johnson shoots it along the backboards. Off Mercer. They've really had a nice forecheck tonight. They've really kept Proctor back in their own end. Rails finally get out. This is Riles. He goes down, and again, no call at all. Proctor bench thought there should have been a trip. Now Flatley, cross ice pass goes. Irvin comes back to Flatley in the middle of a shot, and there's Johnson again. Oh, man, the goaltender gets hit, and I think we're going to have a Blue Devil penalty. It's going to come on Flatley, and let's see if we happen to have this on a replay or not. Okay, we do not have it, but it's the first penalty of the game. And Proctor will go on the first power play of the night.
But yeah, on that penalty there, it looked like the Proctor player did run into his own goalie. Flatley looked like he might have pushed him a little bit. It didn't look too bad, to start this game, it seemed like the referees were kind of letting some of the plays go, and then they called that one. But a big opportunity for Proctor to, find their game here on the power play.
You're right. This is a great opportunity, being dominated so far and yet having a chance to get the lead. Here's a shot in Kangas. I think it may have just been deflected. Power play time for Proctor, 5-on-4 advantage. We're under 5 minutes to go in the opening period. Riles' pass right up front. Nobody there. It clears the zone, and Proctor will have to regroup. Mannon's after it, but getting there quickly was Mason Kalmbach. Kalmbach off the backboards. Riles could not control it off his skate, and the Blue Devils would just dump it in once again. I'll tell you another one just like Scherf, who hustles all the time, is this Ryan Mannon in number 23. He only has one gear also, and that's all out. And I'll tell you, that's a coach's delight to see a kid that will play as hard as that for 51 minutes.
Very aggressive players too. You see on this penalty kill, they're right in there, right on the player, pressuring the Proctor player getting the puck.
Here's a goal by Mannanen on a pass from number 15, Ryan Scherf. A shorthanded goal.
Well, with 45 seconds remaining on the power play for Proctor, Virginia is able to rush down, and looking at the replay here, it was Scherf bringing it in, shot it over to number 23, Ryan Mannanen. We were just talking about those two players and how they cash in for Virginia on the penalty kill.
Mannanen with his 5th goal this season. They also gave Tiedemann an assist, so it's 1-0. Here's a shot right on. And Kangas gets it in his midsection and holds on. We'll watch on this hard shot. Again, it's a power play for Proctor. That's nice camera work from our main cameraman, Darwin Aller, who has been with Mesabi Community TV for as long as I have and as long as Terry Hardica. Comes back to the point. A shot was deflected. Shot was taken by Paul Ripley. In behind the Virginia net. And now both teams are skating 5 aside as Flatley returns to the ice. Blue Devils with the shorty goal have a 1-0 lead. Here comes Rudabush. He did not see Peterson over on the other side. Peterson will keep it in for the Blue Devils. Carrying it deep is Brett Bartlam. And the Rails will just clear it out with 2:45 to go in our period. Now Nemnich walks in. Let's go, blasting off the glove of goaltender Johnson. Along the boards on the far side is Dylan Holla. Peterson will keep it in. Circle left side, walking in. Let's go with a shot. Johnson with another save. I'll tell you, if the Rails come out of this period only trailing 1-0, Coach Lasby will have to be very happy and turn things around in the second period.
You're right about that, Bob. It could very easily be, 2-3-0. It's been all Virginia in this first period, and amazingly enough, their one goal was scored on the penalty kill.
Sam Johnson has been solid in that Proctor. Here's a shot right out in front by Urban. The puck is loose. The backhand by Headley missed the open net. Oh, man. Now another shot. And a goal! It got in somehow. I'm not sure who got it. If it was Irvin, 25. We're going to have to watch on this. Maybe Flatley. There's the missed shot by Headley. Well, we'll have to wait for the official scoring. The goal comes at 14:58. Okay, Headley gets it. So for Headley, that's his third goal in 2 games. And it's 2-0 Virginia with 90 seconds to go in a period. Now here comes Bartlam back. And the Blue Devils, Lamourier with the defensive play. Battling for it in that corner. It's loose. Elijah Carlson takes a whack at it and clears his own. Now Solom carries it back in his own end. Off the board, or try to get off the boards, but it comes right in the middle. And we have a Virginia offside.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed with this Virginia team. They don't have, a lot of numbers, but they have, players stepping up from last year's team. Last year was kind of a growing year for these kids, and now seeing them this year, they have a lot of firepower. We saw it right away. They've had a lot of fiery rushes, and, they've scored 2 goals, 2-0 in favor of the Blue Devils.
Mannon gets his 4th goal of the season. He now has 8 points. And Dylan Headley gets his 3rd goal of the season. 61 seconds to go in our opening period. 2-0 Virginia. Boy, it's chilly in this Miners tonight. Have to take a look at my. Right now it's 0
with wind too.
But tomorrow morning it's going to be very, very cold. Here comes Riles back, offside Proctor. They have to tag up a delayed offside. Now Scherf coming back. Here is Scherf. Goes down, tripped over his own stick as he tried to toe drag it around. Comes back to the point. A shot from Callister. Hit a lot of traffic in front. It's Luke Scherf. Let's go with a shot. Going down to take the heat on that one was one of the rails. I think it was Connor Pavlovich. Now we got a Virginia penalty coming. It's going to be on Callister. It's going to be interference. And Proctor, with 17 seconds to go in the period, are going to have their second power play opportunity.
Well, once again, Proctor goes on the power play. Their second power play of the game. The first one didn't go as planned for the Rails. So, we only have 17 seconds remaining here in the first period. So they just need to settle down a little bit and go into the second period and start off a little better on this power play.
10 seconds to go in the period. The Blue Devils will rifle at the length of the ice. And this should just about run out the clock. 4 seconds to go in the period, in behind the Proctor net, 2-1, and our period is going to run out. We've played 17 minutes on this cold, cold Friday night in Virginia, and the Blue Devils on top of the Proctor Rails by a score of 2-0.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5. Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
I didn't get my degree right out of high school, and I ended up getting married and having a few kids. My daughter, she was going through the college, she got her AA degree. She just kind of was like, hey, Mom, you can do it too. And the professors are really encouraging. Everybody's just supportive. This May, I'm looking forward to graduation and walking with their support. My name is Desiree, and this is my Mesabi story.
Good morning, officer.
Morning. How's it going today, ma'am?
I just want you to know, I love this city. I can always find a parking place, and I never have to parallel park. Look here, every car is bunched up over on that side of the street, so it makes it really easy for me to park. And what's so odd is that yesterday, every car was on that side of the street.
Well, ma'am.
Oh, just call me Yvette. And what was your name?
I'm Chad. It's nice to meet you, Yvette. Calendar parking is why all these cars are on this side of the street. Here in Virginia, we have calendar parking, so that way the cars are on the right side, so that way it makes it a little easier. So now, on an even day, you would park on the even side of the street as the addresses. So you see these house numbers over here all have even numbers. So on an even day, you park on that side. On an odd day, you would park on the same side of the street as the odd number houses. So during the winter months of November through April, we try to make sure that cars are parked on the even or odd side of the street, depending on the calendar day.
So you're going to give me a ticket? I thought you were so nice.
I am nice, and I'll tell you why I'm nice. Because the Virginia Police Department, when calendar parking is followed, it ensures that our city crews can get out and plow all the roadways after a major snow event. Also, it makes it a lot safer for all the pedestrians and all other traffic in the area. Besides that, many of the streets in Virginia are narrow, so when it comes to emergency vehicles getting through, it's nice to have all the vehicles parked on the right side of the roadways, so ambulances, fire trucks, squad cars, even just regular vehicles can get through.
I am so sorry. I didn't know.
Can I tell you something else?
Yes, I know. Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
What I was going to say is actually during the summer months, calendar parking changes a little bit. We try to make it a little easier for everybody. So from the months of May through October, you only have to worry about switching sides every 2 weeks. So on the first of the month, you make sure that you park on the odd side of the street. And on the evening of the 16th, you swap over to the even side of the street for the rest of the month. And just one more thing.
Yes?
How about you move your vehicle to the proper side of the street and we'll call it even?
Oh, I could just hug you. Can I hug you?
No, ma'am. But you need to know that calendar parking always starts the previous evening. So at 6 p.m. the previous night, you always park for the very next day.
Call me Yvette.
Thank you, Yvette.
I didn't get my degree right out of high school, and I ended up getting married and having a few kids. My daughter, she was going through the college, she got her AA degree. She just kind of was like, hey, Mom, you know, you can do it too. And the professors are really encouraging. Everybody's just supportive. This May, I'm looking forward to graduation and walking with their support. My name is Desiree, and this is my Mesabi story.
So hopefully about a couple of those guys. You got some talent on the back end.
Well, there's a few of them. We've got clears the zone. This is Will Trumpline puts it right in 6 or something. What teams settle down?
Yeah, they settled down a little bit. Maybe got into their groove.
And welcome back to the Bree Couplet Arena, the Miners Memorial Building in Virginia. We've played one period of hockey, and the Virginia Blue Devils on top of the Proctor Rails by a score of 2-0. We'll quickly look at our stats here in the first period. The goaltenders, Ian Kangas had 5 saves, and Sam Johnson, the Proctor goaltender, made 15 saves in that first period. Virginia had 2 penalties for 4 minutes, and they still have 1:44 remaining on their penalty. First period scoring, the Blue Devils got a shorthanded goal at 13:05 from Ryan Manninen. That was his 4th goal of the season. Ryan Scherf and Braden Tiedemann got the assist. And then at 14:58, Dylan Headley from the side of the net somehow snuck it by goaltender Johnson. Flatley and Irvin got the assist, and that's where we're at 2-0. And Blake, just your thoughts on the first period. Blue Devils came out of it with a couple of goals, 17 shots, but I thought Johnson was really tough in the nets.
Obviously, it was a really good start for Virginia. They lead 2-0. They lead in shots by a lot. They dominated the whole first period, but it's only 2-0. Proctor, we still have 2 periods to go. You know, it's Proctor is far from being out of this game, and they still have a power play for 1:44. So they got to get something going on this power play to start the second period, though.
Blake, I want to talk a little bit about your company, your business, and how you got involved with it. You graduated last year, youngster interested in the sports, and you and Randy came up with this idea about doing some streaming, and it's a wonderful service. You've helped the communities, especially now with this COVID issue. People can't get out and watch the games, so what you guys have done has just been remarkable.
So, yeah, we started Up North Hockey about 3 or 4 years ago. We just started. I was on the Evelyn JV at the time, so I was, playing my JV game. Then I would post updates from the Evelyn varsity games, and then if I wasn't playing on a game, some nights I would go to other games and just post updates on our Twitter page, and Randy would do the same. Randy Cage out of Hibbing. So we did that for 2 years. Then last year, we came up with the idea to start streaming games in Grand Rapids, Greenway, Hibbing, Virginia, Evelyn. And, it blew up for us. We started getting a big following, and then we decided to do it this year again, obviously, with the COVID pandemic going on. So it's been really good to provide this the streaming coverage for people that can't go to the rink. So it was perfect timing for us. We've been getting a lot of viewers watching the games. So, it's been a lot of fun, and I just appreciate the opportunity that you and Terry Hardica are giving me doing this game here tonight, and possibly, if I do a good enough job here tonight, possibly some in the future.
Well, the thing that we're looking at, of course, you know that I've listened to your presentation and I've watched some of your stuff, and I think, you know, there's a great possibility. And also because of your service, what's going to happen, or what's happening right now, is that these schools are starting to hire these companies to come in, and they're getting exclusive rights to the streaming, which is hurting someone like you and hurting your company. They've done it now in Hermantown. You got to pay $9.95. They've done it in Cloquet. They did it in Eveleth now, except Eveleth, from my understanding, is they got a grant, so they paid the company so that they wouldn't charge the viewers for 2 years. But it's starting to limit what you guys are going to be able to do, which is unfortunate. People are going to have to start paying if they want to watch their friends, their grandchildren, whatever. So it's just, we're hoping that things will work out for you with us, so maybe you can become the voice of the sports over in this end of the range.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun. And, you know, luckily for us, we have been able to get into the Hippodrome, and we've done a couple games there. We haven't been here in Virginia because obviously you guys, Mesabi Community Television and My 9, actually the first 3 games here in Virginia were on My 9, so we don't want to interfere with your broadcast here, but we will be getting some Virginia games in here very soon as well.
We're in between our first and second period. The ice has been resurfaced, and we're waiting for the teams to come back out on the ice. We have a couple other games to report on. Eveleth, Gilbert, and Hibbing are scoreless from the Hibbing Memorial Arena. And you said Grand Rapids and Roseau are playing up north, and it's
1-0 Grand Rapids. I'm not sure what period it's in. It could be the second period right now, maybe. But, you know, that's a very good matchup there. 2 Class AA Northern teams. It doesn't get much better than Grand Rapids and Roseau.
Sporting events going on with these 2 schools. Virginia does have no other sporting events tonight, while Proctor has a boys basketball game tonight as they are taking on Greenway of Coleraine. For the Proctor Rail hockey team, after tonight, they'll travel next Thursday night. They'll go to Pine City. Meanwhile, Virginia will have 2 games next week. On the 9th, they'll host Hibbing, and on the 11th, they'll go over to Coleraine to take on Greenway of Coleraine. That's upcoming hockey events for Proctor and Virginia. I do have the rankings, where I'm going to go over the Section 7 because that's going to be quite interesting. I was talking with Coach Finseth, and it's going to be interesting this year to find out how the section is going to figure out where Duluth-Denfeld is going to end up. Duluth-Denfeld has not played a section game yet. They have 8 section games left. 2 of them are against Hermantown, so the best they're probably going to finish is going to be 6-2, while some of the other teams, Hibbing, Virginia, the Falls, could all have 8, 9, even 10 wins. So how are you going to put in that? Because it's the coaches that will determine how they're going to see the teams. Hermantown, we know, is going to be the number 1 seed. They're the top team in the state. They haven't lost a game, and they're probably going to even win the section. But Hibbing, Falls, Virginia, and Greenway right now, and Eveleth are sitting 2 through 6, but Denfield right now is 7.
Yeah, after Hermantown, it's a mess. Yep. You know, just talking about the Iron Range Conference, all these teams are, you know, very similar. I mean, Virginia, Eveleth, Hibbing, Greenway, International Falls, they're all similar. You know, Virginia has probably done the best out of the 5 Iron Range Conference teams so far. They've beat International Falls. They beat them 7-1. They beat Eveleth 3-0. And that's it for conference games so far for the Blue Devils. But, you know, it's wide open in the Iron Range Conference, and then in Section 7A after Hermantown, 2 through, 10.
The rankings, and let's play hockey. Hermantown is number 1, and Denfield is number 20. So, again, it's going to be interesting to see how Denfield ends up. They've had the COVID issue down there, and they haven't been able to play any games. In AA hockey, Maple Grove is number 1, and Grand Rapids is number 6. In girls hockey, in Class A, Warroad number 1, Proctor Hermantown is 3, Cloquet Carleton is 10, and Duluth Marshall 12. And in AA, Andover's number 1, and Grand Rapids Greenway is number 17. And boy, I'll tell you, that Vekic girl from Greenway. Being a softball coach, I am glad she's finally a senior because she's probably one of the best players I've coached against in a very, very long time. She does it all. In fact, she even coaches out on the field. She calls all the plays.
Yeah, she's probably one of the best three-sport athletes on the iron range in a long time, for girls and boys sports. She's going to Bemidji State to play hockey, and she's talked about even playing maybe volleyball or softball, two sports at Bemidji State. And, I've watched her play once this year for Grand Rapids Greenway, and, she's a senior on that team, and she really is a fun player to watch, and I'm sure you've seen her play for other sports. I'm sure she's fun to watch for those, volleyball and softball as well.
I'll guarantee you that she gets walked every time she bats this year. We walked her quite a bit last summer during summer ball. She's a good one.
For sure.
Second period just underway. It's 2-0 in favor of the Blue Devils. Proctor on the power play for a minute and a half. Second period, the Blue Devils with that 2-0 lead. The Rails will have to regroup as Brendan Peterson comes in on the penalty kill. Pass goes to Halla. Now he gets it back. Center ice. Up to Riles. Pinned along the boards. Now Halla comes in, tries to take it away. Blue Devils doing a great job on this penalty kill. Coming in on the penalty kill, the Blue Devils were shooting at 75%. Rails have to get onside. Power play for another 50 seconds. The Rails on the power play at 17%. Now Peterson on the shorthanded, coming into the zone. Circle, let's go for a shot. Johnson with a save. Comes right to the slot area, and nobody home to bat it in for the Blue Devils. Now Riles coming back for the Rails. A shot and a save by Kangas of the Blue Devils. Loose puck is picked up in the zone and is finally cleared out. Johnson will just drop it off. Gives it to Ethan Carlson. Up to Cullen Solon. Here's Solom into the attacking zone, and it's cleared back out by Rudabush to the Blue Devils. Again, Virginia doing a great job on this penalty kill. Flatley will clear it, not out of the zone. Now they do clear it. Here comes a breakaway for the Blue Devils. Rudabush with Flatley. Rudabush gets it to Flatley. Hit a shot, a save by Johnson. Boy, how often do you get a 2-on-none coming in like that?
Yeah, just about another, it was in the final seconds of the Proctor power play, but, just about another shorthanded goal for Virginia. A nice play by Rudabush as he sent it over to, not sure who that was, but really nice play there. Just about made it 3-0, but Johnson came up big with the save.
Very unselfish play by number 7. Now Headley will take the draw against Bartlam. Bartlam wins the draw. Loose puck is picked up. Here come the Blue Devils. Odd man rush into the attacking zone. Pass goes to Irvin. It was off a skate. Along the near boards. Blue Devils try to center it. They'll keep it in. Nemenich with a shot and Johnson with another save.
Well,
right. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. Just going to say, it looks like our friend Reed Larson's at the Grand Rapids Roseau game up at the Roseau Memorial Arena. Saw something on Facebook there that he's at the game, and of course he's up there for his Bantam AA tournament. Of course he coaches that team. They have a tough tournament coming ahead. They played.
Here's a goal as you were finishing that thought right there. It was by Ben Irvin. We'll watch it. I thought it was Irvin, but we'll just make sure on this. I thought it was 25. No, I guess not. It was right there. That was
Dylan Headley, number 24.
It was Headley. Okay, let's see if we get from this angle. Yeah, there's Irvin. And now he gives it. Yep, it is Headley. His second goal of the night. Well, they're going to have to correct it because they said it was Flatley getting the goal, but it was Dylan Headley. So The sophomore's got 2 tonight for the Blue Devils. And it's 3-0 Virginia, and there's a save by Kangas. I'll tell you, Blake, working with Reed, he's the only guy I know who can be texting and talking at the same time. It is just unbelievable to watch him sometimes. To keep the thought on what's going on the ice and it's sending a message off about a game.
Yeah, I could never do that. Reed is he has a lot of talents. He coached for Virginia, and he's a good multitasker, I guess it sounds like.
This is Bialke, comes back. We got a penalty coming, delayed penalty on Proctor. A shot by Lemorier, the save made, and now here comes the first Proctor penalty. It'll be holding, and now the Virginia power play will go into action.
Well, that was another good penalty kill for Virginia. At the start of the second period, they killed that off. They didn't let many shots up there, and they score a goal immediately after to make it 3-0. Now they have a power play of their own, their first power play of the game.
Good chance for Virginia. This is Rudebush. Is it to Scherf? Back to Rudebush. Now Nemenich. Let's go over Rister. Johnson with a save. Scherfel after it. He'll control it in that corner. Gets it back to the point. The Cows, there's a shot from Nemenich. Hit a lot of traffic in front, and it's cleared out of the zone, and Tommy Nemenich will have to go back and regroup this power play. Aaron pass, puts it back into center ice, and now Proctor will just use some of that clock. We're down to 1:20 on this man advantage. This is Brendan Peterson. Gets it up to Rudebush. Left side, Rudebush now has the puck tipped away from him. And the Rails once again will just clear it back into center ice, back into the Virginia zone. Hustling it after it was Frank Amendola. Now Scherf gets bumped off the play. Rudebush will grab the loose puck. 12.5 to play in our second period. Now it's intercepted by Riles, coming into the zone by himself. Gets it back to the point. And it's cleared all the way back into the Proctor end. Blue Devils have 40 seconds remaining on this man advantage. Now Riles will pick up the loose puck, comes right in, and a save by Kangas. Boy, nice play by 24 of the Rails. This is Lemorier centering pass. Flatley controlling it in that corner. Try to go in behind to Headley, right at the side of the net. Headley will control it for the Blue Devils. To Flatley, tries to come back to Headley, and once again it's cleared. And now both teams will be skating at 5 aside with 11.5 to go in our period. This is Dylan Headley coming into this, off to Irvin. And the Rails coming back. Long pass up for Jake Amendola. Comes the near board save and tipped right in front, and Kangas with a save. Boy, nice pass. Tipping it was Connor Pavlovich. Now Tiedemann coming back. His shot goes high over the top of the net. Centering pass, nobody there. It's cleared away from the slot. Flatley will control it for Virginia. In behind that Proctor net. Comes back to the point, and Lemorier gives it over to Tiedemann. Play getting a little ragged right now. Here come the Blue Devils now. A 3-on-2 break. A shot. Johnson with a save, and he'll cover up.
Well, Proctor's starting to play a little better. They did pretty good on that penalty kill for them, but they're still unable to score a goal there. They had a couple opportunities. Ian Kangas still playing pretty good for Virginia, and it's 3-0 with 10:30 remaining in period number 2.
Rails will finally break out of the zone. Into that corner where they're battling for the puck. No one seems to want to come out of it. Finally, Tiedemann check that. Lemorier just kicks it along the boards. Trying to get up to Carlson, back to Lamourier in his own end. Off Carlson, it goes all the way down, but this will be icing. They'll bring the face-off all the way back in the Virginia zone with 1 second over 10 minutes remaining in the period. Boy, what did they say the wind chill tomorrow morning? Going to be about anywhere between 30 and 60 below.
Holy.
Man.
Walking into this rink today, it was, it took me 2 seconds to get in, and I was already on the verge of getting frostbite, it felt like. So, yeah, definitely very cold. And we just stay safe, everyone. Stay home if you can, in this severe weather.
Well, I just got a text from my good buddy Kerry Beidel down in Florida. And, of course, having to tell me how nice it is down there and how bad it's going to be here for the next week. They even say Sunday it's even going to be worse. It's probably going to be 60 below wind chill Sunday morning. Here comes Carlson getting out of the zone. Now he carries it, and we've got a penalty coming, and Virginia will go on the power play again as Carlson was tripped or hooked. I don't think it makes too much of a difference. It's one or the other. Looked like maybe that stick may have gotten up in there.
Yeah, not what Proctor wanted to do here. That they're trying to get their first goal of the game, trying to claw back in this game, and now they take another penalty here. They did pretty good on the last penalty kill, but we'll see if Virginia can get something going here on their second power play of the game.
Puck comes back to the point. Nemenage's shot was deflected high and wide. Rudebush will control it. Gets it back to the point. Callister's shot right on. Johnson with the save. We'll watch this replay once again. Again, a good look at it as Callister walks in. Scherf wins a draw, comes back to Nemenage, now to Callister, back to Nemenage. Rudebush on the near side. Carries it in behind the Proctor net. 3-0 Virginia, power play for the Blue Devils. Nemenage cannot control it. And Blue Devils now have to get onside as Proctor now will run some clock, carrying the puck back in their own end, and it's fired all the way down. Kangas will just fire it away from Riles, who was bearing in on the penalty kill. Now Riles will take it away for Proctor. Here comes Keenan Riles into the zone. Hey, let's go with a shot. Kangas with a save. Puck drops right there. It's loose. And now the Blue Devils coming back on the power play with 55 seconds remaining. Carlson drop pass. Now Peterson took a whack at it. In behind that Proctor net. Blue Devils setting up on the power play. Nemenage up high. Shot goes right on. Johnson with a save to the near boards. Boy, this line's been on too long for the Blue Devils, this power play. They've got to get some fresh legs out there. Here comes Callister walking in and hits some traffic. Now it's grabbed by Rudebush. Finally, it's cleared away from the slot. 20 seconds remaining on this man advantage. And now maybe the Blue Devil forwards will finally head to the bench. They'll change like 3 of their players. Coming in is Headley's tapped away and it's cleared. This is Wyatt Oakstead on the penalty kill now for first time we've seen that senior. 7:20 to play in our second period. 3-0 Virginia. Proctor successfully kills off their second penalty. Kept in by Lamourier. A hard shot, hit a lot of traffic. Lamourier will keep it in for the Blue Devils. And now here come the rails back. This is Brett Bartlam all by himself. A lot of Blue Devils getting back on the defense. Outlet pass comes into center ice and the rails will just dump it in. Proctor really hasn't had a lot of offense tonight. They've few good chances, but not a lot of consistency with their offense.
No, only a handful of, quality opportunities for Proctor. A few more here in this second period, but it's been a pretty quiet night for Ian Kangas so far in net.
Puck is shot along the boards. Comes back to Headley. Headley with 2 goals tonight. Here is Carlson, could not tee it up. Now Lamorier. Let's go over shot. A lot of traffic in front. Puck's loose. And Headley almost stuffed it. Oh, Dylan almost had the hat trick right there. I don't know if we got that one on replay or not. Let's watch this one. Oh, man. I was looking for 24 there to grab that loose puck. Oh, man's right there, and the goaltender got down.
Yeah, Virginia had a couple opportunities there in that storming of the net. Just before that, I believe that was Headley right before that opportunity. He had a good chance there, but the defenseman for Proctor was just able to get there and lift his stick and knock it away, or else that would have been a very good chance right in front of the net.
24 reminds me of his two uncles, or I should say his one uncle and his father. 7 and 8, Nick and Nate. Round the net, they were very, very explosive. They used to pick up more garbage goals. Two real good hockey players for Virginia back in the 90s. Or I should say 2000, graduated in 2004. Puck gets cleared into center ice where it's picked up by Lamorier, and he'll just dump it in for Virginia. 5:40 to play in our second period. Virginia with a 3-0 lead. Comes back to the point. Now Lamorier. And it's cleared and coming all the way in, and Kangas is going to, he swiped at it, he missed it, and Riles goes in hard into the backboards. And the Blue Devils will come out. Oh, nice pass back to Peterson. Brendan Peterson walking in. His shot and a save by Johnson. And again, plays kind of gotten ragged here in this period.
And yeah, talking about goaltender Sam Johnson, he's probably faced about 30 shots now, I would say. As we have 5:13 remaining in period number 2, he has been a very busy goaltender here tonight for Proctor.
Back to the point, a shot by Calster, hit traffic, and coming with it is Jake Amendola. Amendola coming in, and he was taken down. Here comes a Virginia penalty. Not much Nemanich could do on that play. He almost had to take a penalty. Otherwise, Amendola would have had a walk-in.
So they called it for holding. Looking at the replay there, looked like he might have taken him down. It didn't look like he really grabbed him too much, but, power play, a huge power play here for Proctor. If they score one on this power play or in the final 5 minutes of the second period, it's going to be pretty big for them.
Shot was deflected over the top of the net. Hard shot taken by Connor Pavlovich. That corner, and then here comes Ryan Scherf breaking away with the puck. And he gets taken out. Here's a penalty coming. This is going to be on Pavlovich. This is going to be a cross-check. Oh, it's interference.
Yeah, that wasn't a good penalty to take. You get on the power play, looking at the replay here. He didn't have the puck. That was not sure who got hit there, but yeah, that just wasn't a good penalty to take. You just get on the power play 19 seconds ago, and then you take a penalty. So we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for almost 2 minutes here.
4:40 to play in our period. Connor Pavlovich goes off for interference. Teams are skating for his side. It comes back to Callister. Callister will keep it in for the Blue Devils. Now it's grabbed by Kalmbach. Shoots along the boards. Rails trying to get it out of the zone. Blue Devils putting pressure on. Brendan Peterson comes back to Callister. Wrist shot wide of the mark. Flatley will keep it in for Virginia in that corner. Now Peterson will grab it. Here's Peterson, Callister. Flatley in behind, has it tapped away by Austin Mercer of the Rails. 3:50 to go in our period. Carrying him behind the net for the Blue Devils, Tiedemann. Now Lamorier. Flatley controls it. Back to Lamorier. This is Tiedemann. He'll keep it in for the Blue Devils. Now Lamorier. He'll walk in. Let's go for a hard shot. Oh, it hit metal. Oh, you can hear it up here.
Yeah, I hit the right corner there. Yeah, you could hear the ring off that shot.
Here comes Tyler Lamourier. Long pass up, coming into the zone for the Blue Devils and tapped away from Flatley. Now right to the slot area, and Austin Moores will grab the puck. Couple seconds, Virginia will have about a 20-second man advantage. Now Lamourier will run it down in his own end, carries in behind his net. Riles on the penalty kill. 10 seconds to go on the Virginia power play. 2:45 to go in this period. 3-0 Blue Devils on this cold Friday night. Right in center ice. And now both teams are skating at 5 aside. In behind is Tiedemann. He'll just drop it. Flatley will control it. Flatley tried to go in front to Carlson. That did not click, and it clears the zone. And now it's tapped away. Coming in is Connor Pavlovich for the Rails. Carries in, centering pass, nobody home. Back at the point, and they'll say that Nolan McLeod was offside. And we'll have a face-off just outside the Proctor blue line with 2:18 to go in the period.
So I have a question for you, Bob.
Fire.
After this game, are you going to start my car for me?
Do you have an automatic starter?
I do. I don't think it works from here, but you gotta be pretty close.
Mine works from here. Mine works right out in front. So I hope you do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll start it for you. Here's a shot in Johnson with the glove save. In fact, my buddy in Florida, Kerry Beidel, just says we're going to have a 120-degree difference between Virginia and Florida Sunday. 120 degrees.
Wow.
So if my math is right, it means it's going to be what down there? 60-something. With the wind chill, it's going to be awful cold up here in northern Minnesota. Perfect Super Bowl weather. You can stay home and watch the game.
Yep, there you go. I remember a couple of years ago we had a very cold time just around this time, and it was right around my birthday, January 30th or so. This was a couple of years ago. Like I said, it was like negative 60 out, and it's going to be like that tomorrow and Sunday, it sounds like.
Here's a shot from Logan Bielke and another glove save by Sam Johnson. Watch this replay on this hard shot from number 13 of the Blue Devils. Nice pass.
Yeah, Virginia has a lot of shots and a lot of quality shots too. You know, Sam Johnson has had to make some very big saves. You know, he's been, like I said, he's been facing a lot of quality shots by the Blue Devils here tonight.
Well, Blake, I think in the third period, I am going to give you a chance to do a little play-by-play if you are willing to just take the mic for a few minutes maybe. You know, just see how things go.
Yeah, I could try that. You know, I'm more used to doing play-by-play with Up North Hockey, so I'll give that a shot and
sure,
see how that goes.
Because it sure would be nice some year for me to text you at the same time you're sitting right here, and I can text you. Blake, guess what? In Tucson, Arizona right now, it's 70 degrees.
You like to talk about that, huh? You're just dreaming on the broadcast, huh?
Yep.
I heard you talking about that, one of the broadcasts this year. Yeah, it would be nice, you know, during this time to be down in Arizona.
Here's a backhand shot by Peterson and the save by Sam Johnson. And I know I got a second right now, 3-0, and I just like to send out my condolences to the Westerber family on the passing of Mark Westerber, battling that ALS. Got it last April, and he passed this week, you know. So, again, the condolences go out to Christy, Jill, Jada, and Jace. 50 years old.
Yeah, that's just a terrible disease. You know, I knew Mark a little bit. He coached one of my summer hockey teams, Iron Range Blast, a few years ago. Jace was on the team, and, you know, he was a great guy.
Yep.
And it's just, like I said, ALS I wouldn't wish ALS on my worst enemy. It's just such a terrible disease. And like Bob said, we just send our condolences to the Westerber family.
We've played 2 periods of hockey, and the Virginia Blue Devils have a 3-0 lead over the Proctor Rails. We'll take a break. We'll come back and recap our first 34 minutes of hockey.
The P.S. Engman Agency is a family-owned business that has served the area with compassion and quality service for over 100 years. We are grateful for their fine support of Blue Devil Sports on Channel 5. Starkovich Distributing Company in Virginia has been a longtime Blue Devils sponsor on Channel 5 television sports and has been a big contributor to the economic climate on the Iron Range for over 70 years. Call 741-9061 when you're looking for someone to supply your beverage needs.
I didn't get my degree right out of high school, and I ended up getting married and having a few kids. My daughter, she was going through the college, she got her AA degree. She just kind of was like, hey, Mom, you know, you can do it too. And the professors are really encouraging. Everybody's just supportive. This May, I'm looking forward to graduation and walking with their support. My name is Desiree, and this is my Mesabi story.
Good morning, officer.
Morning. How's it going today, ma'am?
I just want you to know, I love this city. I can always find a parking place, and I never have to parallel park. Look here, every car is bunched up over on that side of the street, so it makes it really easy for me to park. And what's so odd is that yesterday, every car was on that side of the street.
Well, ma'am.
Oh, just call me Yvette. And what was your name?
I'm Chad. It's nice to meet you, Yvette. Calendar parking is why all these cars are on this side of the street. Here in Virginia, we have calendar parking, so that way the cars are on the right side, so that way it makes it a little easier. So now, on an even day, you would park on the even side of the street as the addresses. So you see these house numbers over here all have even numbers. So on an even day, you park on that side. On an odd day, you would park on the same side of the street as the odd numbered houses. So during the winter months of November through April, we try to make sure that cars are parked on the even or odd side of the street, depending on the calendar day.
So you're going to give me a ticket? I thought you were so nice.
I am nice, and I'll tell you why I'm nice. Because the Virginia Police Department, when calendar parking is followed, it ensures that our city crews can get out and plow all the roadways after a major snow event. Also, it makes it a lot safer for all the pedestrians and all other traffic in the area. Besides that, many of the streets in Virginia are narrow, so when it comes to emergency vehicles getting through, it's nice to have all the vehicles parked on the right side of the roadways, so ambulances, fire trucks, squad cars, even just regular vehicles can get through.
I am so sorry. I didn't know.
Can I tell you something else?
Yes, I know. Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
What I was going to say is actually during the summer months, calendar parking changes a little bit. We try to make it a little easier for everybody. So from the months of May through October, you only have to worry about switching sides every 2 weeks. So on the first of the month, you make sure that you park on the odd side of the street. And on the evening of the 16th, you swap over to the even side of the street for the rest of the month. And just one more thing.
Yes?
How about you move your vehicle to the proper side of the street and we'll call it even.
Oh, I could just hug you. Can I hug you?
No, ma'am. But you need to know that calendar parking always starts the previous evening. So at 6 p.m. the previous night, you always park for the very next day.
Call me Yvette.
Thank you, Yvette.
I didn't get my degree right out of high school, and I ended up getting married and having a few kids. My daughter, she was going through the college, she got her AA degree. She just kind of was like, hey, Mom, you know, you can do it too. And the professors are really encouraging. Everybody's just supportive. This May, I'm looking forward to graduation and walking with their support. My name is Desiree, and this is my Mesabi story.
Talent on the back end.
Well, there's a few of them. We've got Puck clears his own. This is Will Trumpline puts it right in 6 or something. What teams settle down?
Yeah, they settled down a little bit. Maybe got into their groove.
And welcome back to the Bree Coupelet Arena. We've played 2 periods of hockey, and the Virginia Blue Devils on top of the Proctor Rails by a score of 3-0. Statistics after 2 periods, Virginia has had 3 penalties for 6 minutes. Proctor likewise 3 for 6. Saves so far after 2 periods, Sam Johnson has made 28 saves on 31 shots, while Ian Kangas has made 11 saves on 11 shots in the hockey game. Recapping the scoring in the first period, Ryan Manning scored his 4th goal of the season, a shorthand goal of 13:05. It was Scherf and Tiedemann getting assists. And then at 14:58, Dylan Headley scored his first of 2 goals tonight. That was his 3rd and 4th goals of the season. We'll show you the 4th one shortly. Assisting was Flatley and Irvin. Now we'll go to period number 2, 2:27 into the period. Here's the goal. And I'm sure they're going to correct it, but it should be number 24 getting the goal from 25 and 18. Okay, well, we're going to show you it from the other angle also. And you can clearly see it's number 24 who lets go of the shot. And again, that makes the score 3-0 in favor of the Blue Devils after 2 periods of hockey. Your thoughts, Blake, after 2?
So, yeah, you know, 1 goal for Virginia in the second period. It was, you know, Virginia has dominated both periods now here in this hockey game. Proctor has had their opportunities to get on the board and get back in this game. They've had power plays. They got to put more shots on the 11 shots so far in 2 periods. You got to put more shots on net. And, you know, when you put 11 shots on a goaltender like Ian Kangas, he's going to stop most of them. So you got to, like I said, you got to get more shots on net.
Next week, our sports schedule will look like this. On Tuesday night, My 9 Sports will be right back here at the Miners Memorial Building, as we'll have the Hibbing, Virginia game. And then on Thursday night, Reed and I will be in Hermantown as Grand Rapids and Hermantown do battle. And for our local fans, Up North Sports will be covering the Virginia at Greenway game next Thursday night. So both Virginia games will be on the live stream next week. Ours will be on the Mesabi Community TV, where you click on the KBGR live link, and your game on Thursday night, Virginia Greenway, will be on the Upsport North link, and you'll be able to watch both those games. Again, it's a great service, and I'm hoping, and I know our management's hoping, that we can get some new young talent coming into our production crew, as most of us are getting quite aged. Getting up there in age, and it's nice to get a 19-year-old kid maybe that's interested in doing some sportscasting. So Reed, in fact, I'm sorry. Here I'm thinking about Reed again, who's an old guy, graduated in 96 or 97. To Blake, who graduated in 2020, I think I'm going to give you a few minutes of this 3rd period and just give you some play-by-play, and you can keep it as long as you want, and if you want to give it back to me, you give it back to me. Otherwise, we're going to see how you can handle some of this. How does that sound? Sound like a plan?
That sounds great. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And, yeah, just talking about next week for high school hockey. We have a busy schedule. next week. This week's kind of been, only a couple games. We actually did a Grand Rapids Junior Gold game on Tuesday because we had no other games to do. And then last night there was nothing in the area. And we just had the one high school game over at Hibbing tonight. But next week we have a full schedule. I think we have a couple doubleheaders coming up, just local teams. Hibbing girls hockey on Tuesday night. They take on Duluth. We also have Grand Rapids takes on Brainerd from the IRA Civic Center on Tuesday night as well. And then, like Bob said, Thursday night, it might be Friday night. I'm not sure. It's either Thursday or Friday night. But one of those days, whatever day it is, we are covering Greenway and Virginia from the Hodgkins Bernardo Arena in Coleraine. And then talking about your games, Bob, you have two games that should be very entertaining. Hibbing, Virginia, right here at the Cupoletti Arena. And then Hermantown, Grand Rapids. That's going to be a really very entertaining matchup. You have, a very offensive team in Hermantown. Grand Rapids, very defensive. I saw after one period of play, the shots were 9-5 in favor of Grand Rapids up in Roseau. So 5 shots for Roseau after one period of play. We've seen it all year from Grand Rapids. When they played Duluth East, they let up 7 shots the whole entire game. So, their goaltending hasn't been an issue. They lost their stud goaltender Carter Clafton from last season, but Wyatt Pilkington, senior goaltender, has been filling in very nicely for them. But yeah, you have a fun schedule coming up next week on My Nine Sports.
That's the only concern I have with that Grand Rapids team. They've got 2 really solid lines, maybe 3 solid lines. They got 4 solid D, and it's a goaltender. It's this young kid who transferred in from, I believe it was Andover is where this kid came from, who's a goaltender for the Grand Rapids Thunderhawks. So, again, it should be a great game on Thursday night. Looking forward to that. If there's any team that can beat Hermantown this year, it will be Grand Rapids, because I don't think there's any other team in the state that can beat this Hermantown team. By far the best team I've seen in many, many years. Yeah,
I've said that too. Besides Grand Rapids, if they beat they play Grand Rapids twice. If they beat Grand Rapids both times, they should be looking at an undefeated regular season, I would say. But an update in Roseau, looks like it's 3-0 Grand Rapids after 2 periods of play now. Reed Larson sent me an update. Shots on goal, 18-13 in favor of the Thunderhawks as well. So, another good game for Grand Rapids. 3-0 can't get much. That's the score here tonight as well. But yeah, 3-0 over Roseau, like I said.
Over at the Hibbing Memorial Arena, no score after 2 periods. Evelyn Gilbert and Hibbing, and of course the Blue Jackets will be here on Tuesday night for that rivalry game, Hibbing and Virginia. And I don't care what sport you play, Hibbing and Virginia, if it's tennis or swimming or basketball, even bowling maybe, it doesn't make a difference. It's always a battle when you play the Blue Jackets and the Blue Devils. Well, we're waiting for the teams to come back on the ice. The ice has been resurfaced. It's just about dry enough to start action. 3-0 in favor of the Blue Devils. Shots are 31-11 so far. Wow. That's all I can say. Next week, again, Virginia will be home Tuesday against Hibbing. They'll travel to Coleraine on Thursday, and the Proctor Rails will be traveling next Thursday. They will go and take on the Pine City area team. Guess that's about all I have. Let's see if I got any other statistics. I had something else here. I was going to...
Actually, one more thing, though. They came out just a couple of days ago. The Minnesota State High School League came out with some news about the state tournament.
Yes.
It's going to be... it's preliminary right now, nothing set in stone, but it sounds like it's going to be a week-long state tournament, boys and girls, at the end of March, and then, the first couple days of April. So, the first 2 days actually would be the girls' quarterfinals. Then the next 2 days would be the boys' quarterfinals, and then they would alternate like that. Next day, girls' semifinals, and then boys' semifinals, and then the final day, they'll have all 4 championship games on the same day at the XL Energy Center. So that's good to see that these kids have a state tournament to look forward to.
Sounds like then the spring sports are going to be pushed back a little bit. We won't be starting them and probably have to go into mid to late June. But what are you going to do? You know, you're battling this COVID. Last year there was no season, so I'm hoping that we'll have a season this year.
Well, yeah, talking about spring sports, though, usually when they start spring sports, there's usually a 2 or 3 week delay because, you know, the weather in northern Minnesota doesn't like to cooperate with the spring sports. But, yeah, they'll probably just push it back to June a little bit, and, yeah, that should be a big deal for the spring sports players.
Okay, Blake, I'm going to turn it over to you for some play-by-play now. I'm going to sit back and just help you out a little bit with some of the commentating. Again, it's a 3-0 lead for Virginia. Blue Devils looking for their 4th conference win in 5 tries. Proctor looking to win their first conference game, or I should say section game, that is. Rails will now go from our west to east here.
So lining up for the face-off for the Blue Devils is number 15, Ryan Scherf, and for Proctor, looks like it's number 21, Brett, sorry about that, I think it was number 23, Jake Amendola. And we are underway for the 3rd period of play from the Bree Cupoletti Arena in Virginia, as it's dumped all the way down by Virginia, and it's going to go all the way down for an icing.
That's what you don't want again. You don't want to have face-offs in your own defensive zone. You know, you want to make sure you get that face-off in neutral ice or in the other end. Only bad things can happen.
One back by the Blue Devils to the near corner, picked up by Virginia now. Tiedemann up to the far half wall. Kept in by Proctor, now intercepted by the Blue Devils through center ice. Here's Tiedemann. And a shot right on there, and a glove save by goaltender Sam Johnson. 16:29 remaining in period number 3. It is Virginia with a 3-0 lead over Proctor.
Let's look at that replay. Again, the Blue Devils attacking, and there's Johnson with another save. He's been busy tonight. I think back last year, too, I think they had a goaltender by the name of Walsh. I remember we did a game in Hermantown. I think he had 70-some saves in that game last year, Proctor and Hermantown.
Well, yeah, it seems like Proctor always has some pretty good goaltenders the last few years from what I've seen. Here comes Virginia now. Scherf trying to find a pass there out front. Shot scores! That is number 3, Brennan Peterson. And that's going to make it 4-0 in favor of the Virginia Blue Devils.
Watch on the replay for Peterson. That's his 3rd goal of the season.
So, yeah, Sam Johnson made the initial save there, and then Peterson was able to get that rebound, backhanded in. And he scores the goal to make it 4-0 right away here in this 3rd period of play. Back in the Virginia zone, behind the net. Proctor controls, trying to drive it towards goaltender Kangas. Now picked up by the Blue Devils' Ben Irvin. Now one of the Blue Devils players gets tripped up there. It looks like a penalty coming up on Proctor. As the Blue Devils control, Kangas comes out of the net. Now the referee is going to blow the whistle. And it's going to be a tripping penalty coming up on Proctor.
Well, let's watch on this replay. There's the trip, goes hard into the boards. It's called on Matt Paulson.
I noticed it was a very late call by the referee. He did put his arm up until a few seconds after after Paulson tripped the Virginia player there. But, yeah, he did go pretty hard into the board, so that was the right call, obviously. Shot there. Rebound chance now picked up by Proctor. Trying to drive out with it. And Irvin, is not able to keep it in. Now Proctor back in their zone on the penalty kill. Virginia power play out. Now here comes Proctor the other way. Deep into the zone to the far corner. Now battle for it. As Virginia comes away with it. Here's Tiedemann. Tiedemann through center ice now for Virginia. Now down to the near corner, up to the half wall. Back to Flatley. Flatley sends it behind the net. Or to Irvin, back to Flatley. Flatley in the far corner now. So he sends it up to the point. Back to Flatley now. Now a pass there. Flatley can't handle it. Now it goes up to the near point here. Tiedemann sends it down to the half wall. Now back to Tiedemann. Shot wide of the net. Now along the far half wall. Now Proctor backhands it out. That was Kallenbach. Sends it all the way down. 40 seconds remaining on the power play for the Blue Devils here. As it's brought in by Rudebusch. Now down behind the net. Rudebusch gets tripped up there.
Boy, that could have been another penalty there, Blake, as Rudebusch looked like he may have been tripped.
Yeah, it looked like he was tripped up there, but the referees decide to let that one go. Here comes Virginia the other way. Tiedemann, the near corner. Now Scherf picks it up. Back behind the net. Scherf out front scores! That is number 12, Braden Tiedemann. Power play goal for the Blue Devils to make it 5-0. The assist is going to go to number 15, Ryan Scherf.
Watch on a replay. Scherf is going to get his third assist of the night. And there's number 12 right there in front. An easy one for Braden Tiedemann.
Yeah, it's been a big night for Virginia underclassmen. Manninen, Tiedemann, on top of other players. Headley, a lot of sophomores and juniors stepping up here tonight. And I should probably ask you this, Bob. What do you know about this Rockridge consolidation? Is that going to happen next year?
You know, there's been so much talk about this. You know, the plan is not until 23, but unless the programs want to get together. So I'm really not sure what's going to really happen. I think football is going to start this year. But again, I'm not real sure. We're getting some fans that are being tossed out of the Miners Memorial Building now that are just really vocal at the officials, and I'm not sure where our security is, why the security hasn't gone up there also. They've been really, really vocal, and we aren't going to continue playing hockey here until this one fan is going to leave this arena. Way up in the back, and now he's coming down.
Well, that's too bad to see. You know, the referees are doing the best they can. As a referee myself, you know, you're going to have off games. I'm not saying the referees here tonight are having an off game. You know, they've done a fine job. So it's unfortunate to see, you know, they're out here during this pandemic, making sure the kids can play by coming out and reffing. So
I feel sorry for the player whose father that is, who's hollering. You know, just think what that kid's going through right now. Here's his father up in the stands hollering at the officials, and he's not using a lot of the good comments, as you want to say. I mean, that's embarrassing. I saw it one other time here. I was here for a youth game, and it was between Duluth East and Virginia years ago, and there was an East fan was just riding one of our officials, and the official stopped it. He said, "You get out of here right now, and we're not going to play." And within a few seconds, he was gone. But this is the first time in a long time that I've seen one at a high school event.
Speaking of Duluth East, Virginia is going to play Duluth East this year right here at the Miners.
Yep, and I'm looking forward to talk to Mike Randolph once again.
Shot there by the Blue Devils out front. Now up to the point. Shot deflected, goes over the net. Now over in the corner, Blue Devils control. Now poked ahead by Proctor. Trying to send a shot through there was Nemanich. Now Virginia comes away with it. Bielke sends it up to the point. Nemanich shot right on there and covered up by Johnson.
they're just storming right now, and the Rails are kind of just sitting back on their heels. They're frustrated. I think with just what happened here, they're even more frustrated by the fans, and it just seemed like the Blue Devils were on a power play that entire segment down in their zone.
Shot in by the Blue Devils, now carried out by Proctor, knocked off the boards, and now all the way down into the Virginia zone as the Blue Devils come away with it. And now we'll leave the zone to neutral. Coming in to pick it up for Virginia is Bielke. Bielke trying to slap it to the net as it goes behind the net, and now the Blue Devils once again pick it up. As it's Carlson, shot right on, blockered away by the goaltender Johnson. Now the Rails trying to pick it up, battle for it in the far corner now. Still battling for it. Now it squirts out to the opposite side. Sent up to the near half wall. Now back in the corner. Oh, that was almost coming straight for us if it didn't hit the glass.
That happened one time. We were sitting way up here, and the puck just got flipped, just out of play. And unbelievable, the thing bounced and bounced and bounced, and it hit me here in the calf.
As a lot of rigs say, please watch for flying pucks.
Yep.
Never know.
Got to be paying attention. You come to a hockey game.
Shot there from the point by the Blue Devils. That was Tyler Tiedemann. And Johnson makes the save there. Another face-off to the left of the Proctor netminder. One back to Tiedemann, now over to Lamourier, who dumps it down to the far corner. Now the Blue Devils come away with it. Here's Flatley. Back down to the corner. Now back behind the net, picked up by Headley. Up to the point, Tiedemann controls it. Now a shot there by the Blue Devils, back up to the point. Tiedemann sends it down to the corner, picked up by Headley. Back to Braden Tiedemann, shot there, pad save by Johnson. 11:44 remaining in period number 3. The Blue Devils with the 5-0 lead over the Proctor Rails. Back in the Virginia zone now as the Blue Devils come in and pick it up. Now back behind the net. Here's Tiedemann. Tiedemann recontrols it. Sends it up to Flatley. Flatley drives in with it now for Virginia. Drop pass back to Headley. Now a shot there, he scores! Braden Tiedemann from the point. And that's going to make it 6-0 in favor of the Blue Devils.
Boy, and watch this pass from Dylan Headley. Look at that pass from Headley back to Tiedemann. Bingo.
Yeah, 2 drop passes there by the Blue Devils. Then, a shot from the point by Tiedemann, I believe. That's who it was, right?
Second goal of this period, and his first 2 goals of the season.
Brought in by Proctor. Back behind the net. Virginia controls now. The far corner still in their zone. Now up to the point, Proctor controls. Shot there, and it's going to be covered up by goaltender Kangas.
Now with a 6-goal differential, we're going to be on running time. Clock is in motion.
Yeah, it's been an even tougher period for Proctor here in this third period. The first 2 periods weren't very good for them either, but with the fan yelling at the referees as there's a shot there, looks like it deflects up and out of play, hits the netting. But yeah, it's been all Virginia, here in this third period and throughout this whole game. Face off to the left of goaltender Kangas. As Scherf comes away with it. Scherf sends it off the board, sent back up by Proctor as it's fired in. Intercepted by Rudebush. He sends it back to Nemanich. Nemanich sends it up to neutral. Now Proctor intercepts. Here's McLeod. Cloud sends it off the boards. Here's Rudabish now. Chance out front. Can't find a teammate on the pass. Another opportunity there for the Blue Devils. Now Proctor driving in is Hella fanned on the shot. Now Virginia pokes it up as it's sent up to Scherf. Scherf shot right on. Hard shot. And steered aside by the goaltender Johnson as it hit his shoulder. 9:12 remaining in period number 3. Virginia with that 6-0 lead over Proctor. Down in the far corner, Keegan Rudabush can't handle it now. Sent all the way down by Proctor, and it's going to go down for an icing.
So the clock will just continue to roll along. Well, we have the goals in this period. Peterson had the first one 45 seconds in, and then Tiedemann the last two. His first one was a power play at 3:06. Scherf with a couple assists. They also gave Rudabush an assist on Tiedemann's first goal. And the second goal, it was Dylan Headley getting his third point of the night. And again, we'll try to tee up those goals for our viewers during our post-game show. Those last 3 goals here in the period. If our equipment works, because it's cold down in that truck. I heard he's got his heater going finally.
Shot there by the Blue Devils and a save by Johnson. Face off here to the right of Sam Johnson. One back by the Blue Devils. Shot there. Fired wide. Now over in the far corner, along the half wall, now sent up by Proctor, and they will drive out with it. Now the Blue Devils will bring it right back in. Here's Bielke. Shot, fires it wide off the backboards. Now the Rails come away with it. He shot in by Frank Amendola. Proctor driving to the net. Backhand shot gloved by Kangas as he plays it out. Now back behind the net. Here's Bielke. Backhands it up the half wall. Over to Manninen. Now back in the Virginia zone. Retreating back with it is Tiedemann for the Blue Devils. Behind the net. We have 7:07 remaining in period 3. As the Blue Devils have the 6-0 lead over Proctor. Back in the Proctor zone now. Puck goes behind the net to the far corner, up the half wall now, and it will leave the zone to center ice. Sent over to Tiedemann. Tiedemann driving in, down to the corner. Back behind the net now. He sends it over to Ben Irvin. Shot there. I think it went off the crossbar, I believe, or got deflected up, and it goes out of play.
We'll watch that replay. I'll tell you this, number 12 has really impressed me this season, this Braden Tiedemann. He's just a youngster, and he's turned out to be one of the top D on this Blue Devil hockey team. He's an offensive-minded defensive player, and he's a good one.
I've noticed he's been out here a lot on the blue line for the Blue Devils, especially here in this period. You know, he was out there for almost the whole power play, it seemed like, for Virginia. Yeah, he is very impressing. And he's the one that scored the 2 goals in this period, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. A lot of impressing players, you know, underclass, you know, a lot of them are younger, 10th, 11th grade, you know, a lot of impressing underclassmen on this Virginia team.
Clock continues to roll along. We're under 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go in our game. Again, in the third period, if you've got a 6-goal or more lead.
In the far corner of the Proctor zone, the Rails flip it out to center ice. Here's Nemanich. Sends it over to Callister. Now back in the Virginia zone. The Rails will keep it in. It's shot in by Pavlovich. Pavlovich with a shot right on now, and is saved there by Kangas.
And again, just like I said earlier in that second period, just doesn't seem to be, as we watch on this replay, a lot of consistency with their offense. They just don't seem to be clicking, although you got to give the Blue Devil forwards and defense a lot of credit, too. I thought they have really done a nice job tonight on this Proctor team.
Back to Nemanich. Face off in the Virginia zone. Now the Blue Devils send it out, gloved by Scherf, who brings it in. Now in the far corner, as the Rails pick it up, here's Bartlam.
Tripping.
Yep, tripping penalty coming up on the Blue Devils, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a tripping, just like Doc Martin used to always say. He didn't even touch him. Doc Martin used to work the penalty box for years here at the Miners, and
I see the announcers back for Virginia as well, the PA announcer.
John Kempnin.
Yep. He's
Yes.
been there a long time, huh?
Yes, he is. Johnny Hockey is what we call him during hockey, and we call him Johnny Football during football.
Yep. Oh, he does football too.
Yep.
So does he plan on doing announcing at the newer rink too? Blue Devils come in. Shot scores! What a shot there by Brennan Peterson. And that's his second goal of the period.
Second goal of the period.
Looking at the replay here, Peterson brought it in just above the circles there, puts it top shelf, and that makes it 7-0 in favor of Virginia. So the time continues to wind down here with 3:13 remaining in our final period of play. It is 7-0 Virginia with the lead over Proctor. And that was a shorthanded goal, the second shorthanded goal for Virginia here tonight. I just realized that.
So did I. I forgot to mark it. Now I got it marked. Getting back to Johnny Hockey, he tells me, yes, he's probably going to stay on for a year just to do the PA in the new building. So I said, well, maybe I'll stay on for a year then too and do announcing for 1 year in that new press box. But should be ready for next hockey season.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool to see. You know, it's going to be sad to see this rink go. I mean, especially for you. You've been doing games here for a long time. You know, for me too, I grew up playing here and I played a lot of games here through youth hockey at high school. But, you know, I guess all good things or nice things come to an end at some point.
Yes, they do.
Proctor picks it up at neutral. Now back to Virginia, who picks it up. Here's Manninen, but they're offside.
Yep, I was up in that Bree Cupoletti Arena press box up in the area, right on the far end, right where Buddha, our camera guy, is up on top of where I was sitting for many, many years. And you know what? I used to duck too. We used to have like just a mesh in front of us before they put the plexiglass in there. You don't know how many times the puck would come up there.
Yeah, I bet. Here comes Proctor the other way. Out front. Can't get a shot off there. And now it's going to be intercepted by the Blue Devils as we approach the 1 minute mark of this final period of play. 1:20 remaining in the third period. Out front, another opportunity for the Blue Devils. That was a big opportunity for Headley, but now we have a penalty coming up on Proctor once again.
Oh, he just got manhandled in front. Just a two-handed cross-check on Riles.
Yeah, it's been just a frustrating night for Proctor here tonight. They really haven't been able to get anything going. You know, after the second period, it was still a pretty close hockey game, only a 3-0 game in favor of Virginia. But the floodgates have really opened here in this third period for Virginia.
That's the fifth penalty on Proctor.
So that's Riles for hooking, I believe. But yeah, 2-minute minor on Proctor as the time's going to wind down here. Shot there, another chance for the Blue Devils. Now back up to the point. 20 seconds remaining in our final period of play. Shot there, hits the post.
Tyler Lemorier. Come on, Tyler. Get one
Now
in.
a shot there and saved by Johnson. That's got to be at least 40 shots for Virginia, and I can't even imagine how many attempted shots for the Blue Devils here tonight.
Hockey game, clock runs out. 7-0 Virginia. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back in a couple minutes with our final statistics. We'll show you the final period goals and wrap up on this cold Friday night. Welcome back to the Bree Couplet Arena. I'm Bob Cohn along with Blake Mordson, who joined us tonight. Blue Devils victorious over the Proctor Rails, and with the victory now, Virginia will go to 4-1 in Section 7. Overall, they'll be 4-3. Meanwhile, Proctor will fall to 1-5-1, and they are winless in 4 tries in the section. Final statistics, penalties. Proctor had 5 for 10 minutes, Virginia 4 for 8. And the saves in the hockey game, period by period, Sam Johnson for Proctor, 15, 13, and 13 for 41. Ian Kangas, 5, 6, and 5 for 16 saves in the hockey game. Run down the scoring in the first 2 periods. We will show you the highlights of the third period. At 13:05 the first period, Ryan Mannon scored his 4th goal of the season. Ryan Scherf got his first of 4 assists tonight. Then at 14:58, it was Dylan Headley scoring his first of 2 tonight. Flatley and Irvin getting assists. Second period, there was only 1 goal. At 2 minutes and 27 seconds, it was Dylan Headley scoring his second goal of the night. Irvin and Flatley getting assists, and it was only 3-0 after 2 periods. Let's move to the third period, where the Blue Devils just took over and fired shot after shot. 17 shots in that period, and the first one coming 45 seconds in, Peterson from Scherf. Let's see how that one looked.
Yeah, that was Scherf bringing it in. He sent it over to Peterson. And then, Johnson got the initial save there. And then Peterson was able to backhand it in. And that made it 4-0.
Then a power play at 3:06. And Braden Tiedemann got his first of 2 goals in the period. Again, Scherf got one of the assists. And let's take a look at this goal. Boy, that's about as easy as you can get in front. Nobody there helping goaltender Johnson. That was a power play. Then at 5:48, here comes Tiedemann again on a beautiful drop pass from 24, Dylan Headley.
Yeah, there's 2 drop passes here on this play. And then back to the point. And just a beautiful shot there. The next one we're going to look at was a really nice shot as well from the top of the circles.
And that made it 6-0. Then the final goal, a shorthanded goal. Here comes Brendan Peterson again from Ryan Scherf at 13:20.
Yeah, this was Peterson's second goal of the period. And this was an absolute snipe from the top of the circles, right over the glove of goaltender Johnson. And it goes to the, like I said, upper shelf to the right corner.
Making the final score tonight, 7-0. Blake, I appreciate all the help tonight. Looking forward to have you come and help us again. Continue to work at this, and hopefully we can get you more and more involved with public access television, My9 television. Who knows where the future can lead a 19-year-old guy.
Yeah, I appreciate the opportunity. Thank you, Terry Hardica, everyone else that's a part of this Wasabi Community Television. I hope I passed the test here tonight. Obviously, everyone has a lot to work on. No one's perfect doing broadcasts, but I hope to be back here soon this season.
Okay, well, that'll do it from the Coupe Lady Arena. Hope you enjoyed our telecast tonight. I want to thank Darwin Aller and Givenchy George on our cameras, Steve Rockla down in the truck. For Blake Mortensen, who helped me with the commentating and play-by-play, I'm Bob Cohn, thanking you for viewing and listening to tonight's hockey game. Once again, our final score, Virginia with a 7-0 victory over Proctor. Good night, everyone.